Let's get started. If anyone else wants to join us, then let them in as they arrive. Going to start with our warm up, starting with marches, lifting the knees up, slight swing of the arms, get the blood flowing. Moving on to arm circles. So arms going forwards and backwards, doing big circles, little circles. Little circles, you can twist your hands around, warm up those wrists a bit. Moving on to squats, so our feet are approximately shoulder width apart, squatting straight down and back up again. Make sure that you're looking at the wall in front of you and not at the floor. Want to try to keep your upper body as upright as possible. And heels up, so bringing your heels up to your butt or as close to your butt as you can. Nice little warm up for your quads and your hamstrings. Moving on to arms wide, so arms straight out in front, shoulder height. Bring the arms all the way back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then forward again. And stick ups, the arms straight overhead. Bring your elbows down and back as if you're trying to put your elbows in your back pocket, and then arms straight up overhead again. And back to squats again, feet shoulder, approximately shoulder width apart, squat down. Keep looking at that wall in front of you. That will help keep your body up rather than bent over. So I'm going to quickly go through our program today and then we'll get right into it. Our first exercise is a squat and we just did those, so no explanation needed. Next is a 1-arm row. So we're going to grab our weight. You can use a chair or a table or something to support you if you want. Want to be bent over, nice flat back. Bring that weight up to your hip. Nice squeeze of the shoulder blade. And then back down again. Want to make sure that that shoulder isn't coming up or isn't dropping down as you drop the weight down. Next is a left leg glute bridge raise, so down on our backs. Left foot is planted on the floor. Going to raise those glutes up. Right leg is up straight. Going to raise those glutes up and then back down again. And up, we're just going to keep going up and down, and then we're going to hold it for 15 seconds. If you prefer not to do that, if you prefer not to be down on the floor, you can do a drinking bird or a bee stand. So drinking bird is standing on one leg, other leg comes back behind you, and then back up again. Feel free to hold on to something if you're doing that. You can also do a B stance where one foot is planted, the other foot, the toe is at the heel of your planted foot, and you can just bend over at the hips there. Should be able to feel that in your hamstrings. After that is a bird dog and a bear crawl. So bird dog, oops, on your hands and knees. Opposite arm and opposite leg are going to stretch out. So right arm, left leg, and then left arm, right leg. So we're going to keep alternating back and forth between those. And then we're going into a bear crawl. Bear crawl is your hands are in the same spot. Arms are straight down from your shoulders. Just going to lift your knees off the floor an inch or so. And then you're going to walk. Just a few steps. And you don't have to walk across the floor. So we'll alternate between those. If that is not your thing, we do have an alternate for that one. So for the bird dog, you're going to do a march with a towel raise. So just going to raise that towel up to like shoulder height and then back down, lift the other leg and lift the towel up and back down again. For the bear crawl, you're going to do mountain climbers. So you can just do these from a table or a counter or a chair, whatever you have available. Lifting one leg up and then the other, should say the knee. Then moving on to our right leg glute bridge. So the opposite of what we did with our left leg. Mason twist. You can do these from a chair or from the floor, whichever you prefer. Legs can be planted on the floor. You can alternate as you twist, or you can have them up. So you're just twisting at the waist all the way over. From side to side, then side to side step overs. You're going to have something on the floor that you can step over. If you don't have anything, you can always just find a mark on the floor to step over. So nice big steps over. Back and forth. And last but not least is a curl and press. So if you have one weight, you do this with 2 weights or with one weight. With one weight, both hands are going to be on the dumbbell. Going to curl it up, all the way up, back down again, and curl all the way down. Easy peasy. So let's get started with our squats. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So again, feet are approximately shoulder width apart. Squat all the way down. Keep looking at that wall in front of you. That will help keep your body more upright. Halfway. Almost there. Few more. And done. Moving on to one arm row. So picking up our weight. The arm that you're holding your weight in, that leg is going to be back. Going to be bent over, nice flat back, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Bring that weight up to your hip and then drop the weight. Making sure that your shoulder is not dropping as your weight drops. And switch sides, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Almost there. One more. And done. Moving on to our left leg glute raise with a hold. Or drinking bird. Remember, drinking bird is standing on one leg, your other leg comes back, or your other leg, the toes are planted at the heel, and you're just bending over at the hips. So left foot is planted on the floor, right leg is up, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Keep squeezing those glutes. And hold. Five seconds. And done. Great job, everybody. Okay, let's move on to bird dog bear crawl. Or you're doing, if you don't want to be down on the floor, you're doing a march with a towel raise and mountain climbers. Bird dog starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So opposite arm, opposite leg stretched out. And switching over to bear crawl. Not going to count you in, we're just going to go right into it. So knees just slightly off the floor, and then we walk. Or you're doing mountain climbers. And done. Back to our right leg glute bridge raise with a hold. Or you're doing drinking bird where you're standing on one foot, balancing on one foot, and the other leg is coming out behind you. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So right foot is planted on the floor, left leg is up. And you're just raising those glutes up and down. And hold. If you're doing the drinking bird or the bee stance, you just keep on going. 5 seconds. And done. Moving on to Mason twist. So you can do these from the floor or from a chair, whichever you prefer. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So twisting from side to side. So you can alternate your feet coming up, or you can just leave them on the floor. You can have them both up. Almost there. And done. Back on our feet for our side to side step overs. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So a nice big step over. This wide step as well. And done. And last exercise in this round is a curl and press. You can do these with one weight or two, whichever you prefer. Starting at 3, 2, 1, go. So curling up, straight overhead, back down again. Want to try and do this in one fluid movement if you can. I know sometimes you need to stop and have a little rest. That's fine. And done. And that's round 1. Let's have a quick sip of water and we'll dive right into round 2. Starting with squats. Starting at 3, 2, 1, go. So again, feet shoulder width apart approximately, whatever feels good for you. Want to make sure that you're keeping your knees in the same direction as your toes. You don't want to overextend your knees or bring your knees in when you're coming up. Ten seconds. And done. Moving on to left arm or one arm row. Grab our weight. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So nice flat back. Bring that weight up to your hip. Little squeeze of the shoulder blade and the lats. The lats, that muscle just underneath your armpit there. Making sure we're not dropping our shoulder. And switch sides. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Four. And done. Moving on to our left leg glute race into a hold or drinking bird, which is this one, or both feet on the floor, bending back, up and down. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So really squeeze that glute. And hold. Keep squeezing. And done. Turning over for bird dog and bear crawl. Or you could do a march with a towel raise and mountain climbers. So you'll start with the march and towel raise, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So bird dog, opposite arm, opposite leg. And moving right into bear crawl or mountain climbers. And done. Back to our right leg glute raise. Or if you're standing, it's going to be the drinking bird or the bee stance, whichever you prefer. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. And as always, anytime you're doing an exercise in this class and you need a little help with your balance, don't ever hesitate to use a chair or a table and hold. Keep squeezing those glutes. And done. Moving on to Mason twists. So you can do these from the floor or a chair, whichever you prefer. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Seconds. And done. Standing up, doing our side to side step overs. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So nice big steps over whatever your object is. And done. And onto a curl and press. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. And done. Great job, everyone. That's 2 rounds. Have another quick sip of water and we will move right into round 3. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Right into squats. Ten seconds. And done. Great job, everyone. Moving on to a 1-arm row. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. A nice flat back. Weight up to your hip. Squeeze the shoulder blades and lats. Don't drop the shoulder. Almost there. And switch sides. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. And done. Moving on to our left leg glute bridge race into a hold or drinking bird or B stance, whichever you prefer. So left foot planted on the floor, right leg up in the air, and 3, 2, 1, go. And hold. But if you're doing drinking bird or B stance, keep going. And done. Going over onto our hands and knees for bird dog bear crawl. Or you may be doing a march with a towel race and mountain climbers. Starting with bird dog, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So opposite arm, opposite leg. And into bear crawl or mountain climbers. And done. Moving on to our right leg glute raise into a hold. Or for those of you standing, you're going to be doing a drinking bird V stance. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So your right foot is planted on the floor. If you're doing the right leg glute raise. And hold. If you're doing drinking bird and B stance, keep going. And done. Moving on to Mason twists. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. And done. Up on our feet for our side to side step overs. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So nice big steps. Almost there. And done. And our last exercise of the day is a curl and press. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Nice smooth movements. Let's do one more. And done. Thank you so much for joining me here today at Evolve Fitness Forever Virtual. It was great to see everyone. Hope to see you again soon. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.